Hello, I'm the official name raider. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're going to be looking over Psyduck Golduck, and already this has put me in a little bit of a sour mood, so let's just click on it and get it out of the way. So, here's what gets me. Aquaduck. It's a water duck. Let's explain that! Shut up. I feel like Quackers is meant to be a cartoon character. The name just feels familiar, so I don't know. And then Danger Duck, that also feels like a cartoon character. Regardless, I don't like any of them. I feel like Kappa's one that just you see all the time as far as Pokemon nicknames. I feel like it's a lot more common with like Lombre or Ludicolo, because that's actually what it's meant to be based off of. But for whatever reason, this guy's just never either seen a duck or he just likes Kappa a lot, and that's it. Yeah, Donald Duck. That's the thing that gets me is like I remember thinking of stuff like that when I was little, and as a result, it's so boring and uninspired to me to name anything like Huey, Dewey, Louie, Donald, Scrooge, anything like that. It's just I don't feel like any of them are good nicknames. Yes, they're references to Disney. Even Daffy Duck is a reference to Disney. But it still just doesn't feel good. It feels like it only fits those characters, and if you throw it on there, yes, people will get it, but it's boring. See, I've thought about this too. Aspirin, Advil, or something along those lines. But again, it's kind of wasted because it's only useful on Psyduck. It doesn't matter once it evolves. So it's just to me. Like it's not a bad idea, it's just a wasted idea because once it evolves, it's irrelevant. You know what? I'm actually halfway okay with Bath Toy. I think if there's a better, more clever way to say what you're trying to say, like Rubber Ducky, like I actually approve of that. If there's a better, more creative way to say it, I'm all for it, but Bath Toy is at least a start and more original than Disney. If they haven't already sold or marketed Rubber Duck Psyducks, you're missing out, Pokemon. That's easy money. You know what? Quacker Oats is... I'm not gonna say it's good, but I'm gonna say it's at least something that I haven't seen before. Yeah, Darkwing Duck kind of follows the same thing with Scrooge, Donald, and the rest of them, where it's like, I think the thing that bothers me about those names is the fact that Duck is in their names. So Scrooge McDuck, Daffy Duck, Darkwing Duck. So as a result, it feels a little bit less creative. I don't know. You know what? Peking Duck is already more interesting and original than anything else I've seen, and I'm totally fine with food puns. Jokes, whatever you want to call them. I'll acknowledge this. Again, I don't Naruto, and I don't know what a Zabuza is, but if that's a thing that interests you, there's your anime. Migraine is a little bit more creative and a better way of saying headache, even though it means the same thing. Still follows the same thing as aspirin, whatever, where it's worthless after it evolves, but if you don't want to evolve Psyduck because you hate yourself, there you go. Okay, we've reached the bottom, and honestly, I feel like Golduck Psyduck has been kind of a bust. You've had more suggestions for Psyduck, but the problem is when Psyduck evolves, it becomes irrelevant. Last thing to do is to check the spreadsheet. Now, I saw Cerulean, and I thought about that, because I was like, well, that's a reference to the idea of Misty Psyduck, and I feel like that's a little bit better. I don't hate that one. I think that one's okay, but I don't know if I like it enough to where I would want to use it. And then Aneurysm is basically just on the lines of migraine and headache. Again, that's wrong. There it is. So, yeah, in general, I think Psyduck Golduck is kind of a bust. I don't actually have a personal choice. Psyduck Golduck has been one of the ones that I've struggled to find a nickname for. And what I'm hoping for by doing these is also that maybe I'll just stumble across something where it applies to a previous Pokemon we've already gone over, and maybe I'll get that idea later, or a generic nickname will fit, or something. I just hope one day I can come up with a good, definitive idea that I like. But the two that I thought were worth it, well, the one I liked best was Pecking for Pecking Duck. That was actually pretty clever. And then Quacker Oats, that's stupid, but it's still above everything else we've read. So that's it as far as Golduck. Kind of a bust. Cerulean's not bad. I don't know.